गुड मॉर्निंग, नमस्कार सभी को। आज़ादी के अमृत महोत्सव में हम लोग राष्ट्रीय डाक सप्ताह 2021 मना रहे हैं और इस डाक सप्ताह में आज का जो दिन है 14 अक्टूबर का वो डेडिकेट किया गया है बीडी डे के रूप में, यानी कि बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट डे। और इस दिन पर हमने सोचा कि क्यों ना हमारे जो एमएसएमईज हैं, आर्टिजान्स हैं, स्मॉल बिजनेसेस हैं, स्टार्टअप्स हैं, उनके लिए कैसे इंडिया पोस्ट एक अच्छा लॉजिस्टिक पार्टनर है और आत्मनिर्भर भारत में अपनी भूमिका निभा रहा है, उसके बारे में एक चर्चा की जाए। आपके साथ में ये जानकारी साझा की जाए और जो भी आपके इससे रिलेटेड सवाल हैं उन सवालों को लिया जाए। तो हमारी जो आज का जो ये डिस्कशन है एक वेबिनार के रूप में जो आज हम कर रहे हैं, इसमें हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं अजय कुमार रॉय सर, जो कि 1991 बैच के इंडियन पोस्टल सर्विस के ऑफिसर हैं। सर प्रेजेंटली डीडीजी मेल ऑपरेशंस का चार्ज देख रहे हैं और सर बहुत ही अच्छी जानकारी रखते हैं मेल ऑपरेशंस के बारे में। हमारे साथ में जुड़ी हुई है अमृत राज मैम। मैम जो है वो जीएम पार्सल है ऑपरेशंस की, और मैम जो है मैम 1994 बैच की ऑफिसर हैं, इंडियन पोस्टल सर्विस ऑफिसर हैं। हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं प्रणॉय शर्मा सर। सर जो है प्रेजेंटली चार्ज देख रहे हैं डीडीजी इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस एंड ग्लोबल बिजनेस का, और सर जो है सर 1998 बैच के ऑफिसर हैं। तो मैं सारे सीनियर ऑफिसर्स का वेलकम करती हूँ, सबको थैंक्स कहती हूँ कि आपने हमारी रिक्वेस्ट को एक्सेप्ट किया और वेबिनार में ज्वाइन किया। Roy sir, may I start with the presentation?
Yes, please.
Okay. NIC टीम से रिक्वेस्टेड है कि अलाउ करें प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए। Sir, I think the screen is visible.
Yeah.
Sir, over to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Aarti, and a very good morning to all of you, all our participants here in this webinar, and I also congratulate you all on this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, 75th year of independence, and welcome you all once again in this webinar. In fact, as Aarti has let down the grounds for discussion in this webinar, we will stick to that also. And before we come to that discussion point, I'd like to give you a very brief outline or overview of what India Post does for or can do for MSMEs in this country. So I'll just give you what is the strength of India Post, what is the network, and what exactly we are doing right now. Next. As you can see, the reach of India Post, it reaches every nook and corner of the country with 1,55,000 post offices across the country. And out of that 1,55,000 post offices, more than 19,000 post offices are delivery post offices, which covers every address in this country. And rural branch post offices are 1,29,000. They are also delivery post office. They also deliver. So combined with the strength of 1,29,000 and 19,000 post offices, India Post covers every address in this country, even in remote rural areas, far-flung areas, any mountainous or hilly areas or forest areas. We do cover it. And in order to give a special focus on speed post and parcels, we have exclusive processing hubs also. So speed post is exclusively processed. Speed post, when I say speed post, it includes speed post documents as well as speed post parcels in 241 exclusive centers in this country. Registered our good old service, that also we process in more than 300 processing centers in this country. And recently, the parcel, in order to focus on parcel vertical, India Post has come out with has set up a parcel directorate, a separate parcel directorate, and within that, we have set up parcel processing hubs also, separate parcel processing hubs, so that it doesn't get mixed up with the normal mail channel of India Post. Again, to focus on delivery of parcels, exclusive nodal delivery offices for parcels have been set up in 171 locations. This number is likely to go up also in near future, and we are working on that also. Again, to give a special facilities to bulk and corporate customers. We have bulk booking centers, both for documents as well as for the parcels at 205 locations. And international mail processing centers also, we have 8 of them spread across the country at major locations. Next. We use multimodal transport, and I'm very happy to share with you that in this multimodal transport, recently we have started a dedicated road transport which takes care of small and medium enterprises of business parcels and in a dedicated way. It goes from point to point. Right now we have 44 of them, but then we are extending it to around 68 or even more in a very short period of time. As we are suggesting that it is a multimodal transport network, we use domestic all commercial airlines available in India. We use them. Trains also, although after COVID the number has come down a little bit, but we are still using more than 73 trains on the national route and our major routes that we are running. We have our own vehicles, at least 2,000 of them, which crisscross the whole country and major cities for transportation of mail. International airlines also, 7 of them we are using, and we are also using from the hub and spoke model. So more than 100 countries of this of the universe are covered in, more than that also are covered in our network, international network. My colleague will further give you further details on that. But this multimodal transport network has worked well for India Post over a period of time, and now we are focusing on a exclusive postal road transport routes from point to point. Next. As far as parcels are concerned, keeping in mind the interest of the small and medium enterprises, entrepreneurs, parcel services broadly can be divided into two, what we call speed post parcel and business parcel. We also have registered parcel, but from the business point of view, these two categories are very important. So, in fact, it can be picked up from the customers. Both kinds of parcels can be picked up from the customers' premises. We make special arrangement for pickup, and for the bulk customers, this pickup is free also. Delivery throughout India in any part of the country. We have also a credit facility where we give credit of after the bill is generated at the end of the month. We give a credit of at least 30 days to the bulk customers. So in effect, it becomes a 60 days period within which the bulk customers have to make the payment. Air transmission, for the speed post we give air transmission, but for business parcel we give surface transmission. But again, as I explained earlier, the surface transmission is through our dedicated parcel network, which ensures expedited delivery as well as safe and secure delivery. The charges, that is a matter of detail. We can further detail it, but the maximum weight that for each consignment that we handle is 35 kg. We give insurance facility in both the cases. We have a national account facility. So, which to be explained is that if supposing a business concern wants to book it from 4 or 5 locations in the country, it is possible. They can book it under the one BNPL, one code, customer code, and the billing can be at one centralized location of the choice of the customer. We also handle cash on delivery facility, COD, as most of you would be aware of that. So we also handle that also. We also have a deep structured volume discount, a maximum up to 30% in case of speed post and maximum up to 20% in case of business parcel. We do provide bulk tracking facility to the customers. They can use that, or through API integration also they can get that. So further detailing on that I'll show you in the next slides. And unfortunately, if there is a case of loss or something, so the compensation policy of the department is also there. Next. Talking about the exclusive handling of parcels, as I said, we handle the number of parcel hubs where we handle parcel exclusively is 188 as of now, and we handle for the capacity is handling of 3 lakh parcels per day. We also have semi-automated hubs at certain locations in the country, that is Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Vijayawada, Lucknow, Jaipur. where we are handling at least 80,000 parcels per day, and the number is going up. Nodal delivery centers, as I had explained to you, these centers exclusively deliver parcels, and to keep it separate from other mail stream of India Post, so we have set up 171 nodal delivery centers. Mechanized delivery, we are focusing on four-wheeler or two-wheeler. We do provide four-wheeler and two-wheelers also for mechanized delivery, and we are trying to enforce a standard performance, a standard outlay in our nodal delivery hubs, in our parcel hubs and nodal delivery centers, so that the processing can be expedited. Next. Network, we have talked about it, some details about that. The national routes on which our dedicated road transport is operating as we are talking is 44. And what we are planning is, we are planning to have at 60, on 68 routes, we are planning to have probably by the end of this year, this financial year. And the present carrying capacity is 253 tons per day that we carry. Regional routes following, and linked with this national routes would be the regional routes. Say, for example, if it is going from Delhi to Guwahati, from Guwahati, it would be the regional routes through which we will take it to the further remote areas of northeastern part of the country. We have 332 regional routes right now functional, which we will take it up to 350 probably by the end of this financial year. Next. Just a graphical presentation of our national routes, how it would look like, and linked, as I said, linked to these national routes would be the regional routes. Next. International mail operations. I would request my colleague Pranay Sharma to give further details on this.
Thank you, sir. For international mail operations throughout the country, the mails booked for foreign destinations are sent through 8 gateways, which 8 gateways are mentioned here. The earlier it was 5 and 3 added in last 3 years at Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, and Hyderabad. So from the respective catchment areas prescribed, all the shipments for foreign are collected to these gateways, where these are cleared by customs and then dispatched to foreign countries along with all the documentation. We have at present the express mail service, which is called EMS. It is as per the speed post in domestic. So it is also called EMS speed post for popular purpose. And we 106 countries it is being sent with the complete track and trace facility. There is a compensation clause as well, and there are delivery standards prescribed. Second is air parcel services and letter post, which are the traditional services. In case of air parcels, again there is track and trace facility. In letter post comes also registered. Though some countries like Germany, US, and Canada are at present not offering tracking for the last leg of registered packets, but for air parcel and EMS it is there. And then international tracked packet service, which is offered basically keeping MSME into consideration for at present for Asia Pacific countries, 15 countries in the Asia Pacific, under an regional arrangement, which is very competitive and also provides track and trace services. So international track packet service is up to 2 kilo, whereas the parcel is around for 20 kg and EMS up to 35 kg. We also plan to roll out it to further more countries in phased manner. And in addition to that, to handhold exporters for bulk booking, we have also set up already 17 international business centers, which are somewhere co-located with the sub-foreign post offices, and somewhere they are standalone. So they can the staff there help the exporters in documentation and other information about the exports and booking in a facilitative manner. So these are the facilities being provided for exporters, and at the same time, I will also speak here that since last 2 years or so, uh, postal bill of exports in manual environment is being used at present, which we are working on to automate and digitize. So postal bill of exports is basically the form which enabled e-commerce exports as well as no other than e-commerce exports through postal channel, which was earlier not there. So doing this now by spreading the number of foreign post offices and sub-foreign post offices and the international business centers, the department has increased its presence and reach to exporters, and we further will keep doing that. And secondly, we are in process of automating the customs documentation, that is postal bill of exports, and we hope that after some time it completes, and then it would be more easy way for exports through that using the digital postal bill of exports. So that is the facilities being provided to MSMEs and other industries for exports to destination countries. Thank you.
Next, Arti. And what is the focus area? I would like to dwell some time on this. The increasing mechanized delivery is what we are trying to increase all across the country in various parts of the country. Effective use of multimodal transport, I have explained to you that we would like to continue this using and increase our point-to-point transport connection, especially keeping in mind the requirements of MSMEs and other business partners. Multiple payment option for COD. Right now, COD, as the term explains, it is cash, but we are trying to see whether it can be digitally collected also. So strengthening postman, we have a postman mobile app where we update the real-time delivery status of any article, document, or parcel. We are trying to further update it and link it with our system so that visibility all across the various channels of the system is very clear. What we ensure, what we try to focus is that whatever is received in the post office for delivery or in nodal post office, we should deliver at least 95% of them. 5% margin can be for various regions. So at least 95% on the day of delivery itself. And of course, with our multimodal transport, we are trying to expedite the transmission as well. Self-booking kiosk, Department of Post, it would be putting up, at least we are planning to put at least 4 to 500 self-booking kiosks next 2 to 3 years. And here it would be a 24/7 experience with India Post. Smart delivery boxes, although it would be for retail, but then that is also what we are trying to install across the country to begin with from major locations. Next. This is the API integration I had talked about earlier. We are in a position to share these APIs, which would be upload API, download API, tariff API, and a bulk request API, pin code API, label API. Any of these APIs we can discuss in detail outside this webinar. But then these are the 8 APIs which India Post can share with any bulk partner or bulk customers at any point of time. Next. This is the pickup flow. We are going to introduce this pickup service very shortly in another, say, 2 months' time, where on the basis of the information that we received in our pickup API or in our pickup Postman mobile app, we will be able to provide pickup both retail and bulk from the premises of the customers. Next. National level tie-ups. We are having a tie-up with, as you can see, both for parcel and documents separately, and we are with the government e-marketplace, Traffic, and discussion with several FMG. At this, I will request my colleague Amrit if you can put some more details here.
Yeah, a very good afternoon to morning to all of you. And just to detail what Ajay Roy sir is saying about the national level tie-ups where the MSMEs can be benefited, GEM is a online portal where almost 80% of the suppliers are MSMEs. So if you are a registered GEM seller, you will be able to use India Post Services, which will be a huge, I think, advantage to you in operations. Uh, TriFed is again a portal, e-com portal, which is looking at the sale of products of tribal artisans. So they have some 39 to 40,000 registered artisans and suppliers. Again, a very useful platform for artisans from the tribal area, from the scheduled areas. Another area where the MSMEs can be benefited big time. We have discussions with FMCG companies like Procter and Gamble, with Hindustan Livers. Those are actually big time suppliers, so I don't think so they will sort of fit into the requirement of MSMEs, but probably medium enterprises could be the source suppliers for these tie-ups. Apart from these, there are discussions on with the Ministry of Textiles, where they are sort of developing a e-com platform for all the weavers in the country. And again, the weavers will fall into the MSME category and they will be benefited. It's a pan-India e-com portal. They are planning to register something over 10 lakh weavers pan-India for that e-com portal. Handloom Corporation of India is spearheading that platform. So again, a request to MSMEs is to keep looking at these portals where you can register, and by default, because we'll be the third-party delivery partners for them, we'll get the most competitive rates of India Post in the market. Apart from this, Khadi.com, again a platform which is very actively sort of hand-holding the MSMEs. Uh, uh, Mart of India, uh, NSIC's platform. We are in discussions with them, and hopefully we'll be solutioning something for them in the coming months. So all these platforms, for us, the government mandate is that we should be looking at MSMEs big time, because the big companies have a lot of logistics players now in the market, but for small MSMEs, the hand holding has to come from government agencies, and therefore our mandate in Parcel Directorate is to take and support the MSMEs in tier 2, tier 3 cities, and we'll be actively pursuing it through these e-com portals where you can register. We are also sort of tying up with the aggregators, so that if you are a digital business MSME, you can apart from the other players, third party delivery players, you can also have the competitive pricing of India Post if you are aggregated with these aggregators who provide you omni channel options. So I think there's lot to feel positive and upbeat about. India Post is trying its best. You can directly also access us. A lot of digital business in the form of uh, WhatsApp groups and Pinterest, and what you're doing on Instagram selling, all those what Ajay Roy sir had just mentioned about book and click. That facility will be very useful for small digital business players. So we would just request you to keep looking at India Post website. Anything new, any new value add, it will be advertised on India Post website. You people should make it a habit to have a look at the India Post website, so that you can look at the new value adds we do for the MSME sector. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Amrit. And as you can see, the documents, I'm sure you would be getting your Aadhaar card, your election card, and your PAN card through India Post Speed Post. Now for LIC also, this is the latest, and we have added. We had this service earlier also, but then we have revived this service by print to post. We can take the print assignment also. We will tie up with a printer. We'll print the document and we'll send. So end-to-end solution from the printing stage to the dispatch and delivery. India Post has taken up, and it's a huge business from LIC. All major banks, nationalized banks, are with us for dispatch of their various financial instruments. Ministry of External Affairs for the passport Seva Kendras, we have passport delivery. Seva Kendra is a different thing that we have set up passport Seva Kendras in our post offices as well. For the delivery of passport, it has to be through speed post that we are also doing successfully for last so many years. For your driving licenses, for your registration, other things, vehicle registrations, everything, it is being done through India Post and through speed post. So document segment, we have the majority stay in the market. So we have around 33% of the market in the document segment. And as Amrit was saying, now we are looking up for to tie up with MSMEs and small entrepreneurs to make their products reach in different parts of this country as well as abroad. So this is the focus of India Post, and this would remain the focus of India Post in next 2 to 3 years. Next. Our delivery norms, we are trying to give you a specific delivery, but generally speaking, we can reach any part of the country within 7 working days. We can reach and we can deliver. Even in the remote rural areas, it may take a little more, say a day or more or 2 more in remote and rural areas. But we, in fact, for example, in hilly areas of Himachal or in Northeast, reaching the far-flung village, and where we go by foot or by a bicycle or a two-wheeler, it takes a little time. So broadly speaking, this is our delivery norms, but we are also trying to give you very specific delivery norms based on our transport alignments, and that we called expected date of delivery. We are trying to get you that also. Thanks. And this is what we had to share. We'd like to hear from you so that we can have a very successful partnership with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Let me just go through questions, if any received. Sir, any do's or don'ts which you would like to share with the MSMEs or small business entrepreneurs that they should follow while packaging or while sending their parcels, which they need to ensure? Is there any such?
Yeah, don'ts may, of course, if it is an air consignment, then all the items which are prohibited to be sent by air, which includes firearms or explosives or even batteries or lithium batteries, these are the items, or explosives or other things. Obviously, nobody deals in the explosive and send it by air. But then for lithium batteries or other prohibited items, liquid items, these are the items which are not accepted for transmission by air. Rest, as we said, that we have a dedicated road transport. So other liquid items or something else which is not to be transmitted by air, we can transmit it by our surface transport that we are capable of. That is as regards the prohibited items. Rest of the items, packaging, I think by now the industry has advanced so much that we don't have to tell them about packaging as such. Packaging, as we can see, the small entrepreneurs as well as the large MNCs, they do the packing in such a way that it is so you have a security tape over that. If there is any tampering attempt, it can be discovered that this parcel was tampered. So in fact, India Post is also looking that whether in some cases, if we have tie up with those bulk customers, can we provide those kind of packaging also? So India Post is also looking from that point of view. So my request and suggestions would be that packaging should be strong enough and sturdy enough to withstand the transportation rigors and the handling in the system. And beyond that, I think list of prohibited items is generally in the public domain that one has to follow.
Yes, sir. I would like to ask Pranoy, sir. Sir,
If I may add what Roy sir just mentioned to do's and don'ts in case of international articles, I would especially emphasize upon mentioning correct HS codes for the customs purposes, because in destination countries, if the customs declaration and the HS code is not correct, in that case it gets delayed here at the our foreign post as well as at the destination customs. So at present, India is sending all customs data in advance to partner countries. So mean it, the physical parcel is booked, and just after that, all the data of the customs information is transmitted through our server to the partner countries postal administration, and in turn they transfer it to their customs. So all electronic information is available, and if it doesn't match, then those articles are flagged separately for detailed examination. So that customs information, along with the invoice and whatever requirements are there, attachment of those documents is very important. And packaging, as Roy sir also mentioned, especially in case of international, it has to be of tier proof or busting capacity and as per the industry standards, so that these in long transmission it is remains intact. Sometimes customs also ask for opening of certain parcels, so if it is a poor packaging, then repacking becomes an issue. So these are a few things like zip code. I mean to say that data has to be accurate and correct, and all declarations has to be complete.
thank you, sir.
Yeah, Aarti,
Yes,
I'd
ma'am.
like to add that one of the things in India, we've been delivering all sorts of articles with pin code, without pin code, non-specific addresses. But with more of digitization, with more of automation in the system, uh, in the packaging, while packaging, apart from the packaging, the what Pranay mentioned, the address label has to be very correctly sort of written. And because MSMEs are all commercial entities, they should ensure that they definitely give the pin code correctly, because system assisted sorting is going to be in vogue in India Post in the coming 6 months. And then we don't want the delay or misrouting of articles because of the insufficiency in address labeling while packaging is done. Apart from that, one important thing is that each article in the system, if it is a API integrated system, we definitely ask for a return address. But sometimes on the labeling they miss that out. So so that is also a very important requirement of India Post, because given the situation, return to the sender is something which we experienced is around 30% of the parcels do, because of door blockage or address change, or the customer not found, or his, because these are commercial again transactions. Sometimes the customer sort of does not want to take delivery. So that again part of addressing is a very important component, where you should definitely mention the return address so that the article safely reaches back to the sender. And for commercial parcels, this is an important requirement which MSME should keep in mind. Uh, please.
Thank you, ma'am. So, if kind of I summarize it, so packaging should be proper and sturdy, PIN code should be written properly, and the prohibited items list, it's already available on the India Post website. So, MSME small business owners, they can check up with the list that what articles are prohibited, what articles are restricted, and in fact, in the international mail segment, we have also have this mention of what are the do's and don'ts for the international mails also. So India Post website can be visited for the same purpose as well. Roy sir, any last like message for the youth who's coming up in the startup business so that they can look for India Post as their logistic solution?
Well, I can basically assure them on behalf of India Post that there is no address in India that we cannot reach and we cannot deliver. So for all SMEs or startups or the new companies or the young entrepreneurs, they can depend on India Post for the safe and secure delivery of their consignments in any part of this country and in major part of any part of this country and major international centers as well, more than 100 countries, as my colleague Pranay has just now said. So we are here to support them, and this is at a very competitive price. And in fact, most of the MNCs, they also depend on us to reach in various parts of the countries where they cannot reach. They may have infrastructure in certain urban localities, but for rest of the countries, they depend on us. And we, with our network of more than 1,55,000 points of post offices or presence, whatever you may call it, we are there to help them. And we are constantly trying to improve our technology platform also. Now, as we have discussed, we have API integration. No need to keep on asking or sending mail inquiries about their parcels or about their consignments. They can see for themselves, and there is a 24/7 system, as a customer care system, where they can get the help also. So this is what I want to tell my young friends in the industry, that they can depend on India Post.
Thank you for the assurance, sir. Pranoy, sir, any words for the young entrepreneurs who are sending their parcels to the international destinations?
Yeah, they can definitely rely on India Post. India Post is always there in every part of the country to accept their export consignments and shipments through the post office. They can avail the credit facility and the bulk discounts also under the packets and EMS, which are given to them if they meet the thresholds, which are very, achievable. We are there, and also internationally, track and trace service and their information about their inquiries about their whereabouts of the shipments is available. So they can rely upon India Post, and we are setting up our international business centers and foreign post offices to facilitate customs. So in different states, so they can get in touch with that, and which are there actually to facilitate their export.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am, any last word as we are just nearing to end the webinar? Any last
Yeah,
words, ma'am, would you like to
I
say?
think we've covered most of it. The only value add I like to add is that the API document, which Ajay sir is mentioning, is available on the India Post website. In case any small MSME who's looking at digital business should definitely look at the document and see how we can do the value adds for that. For any further clarification on that document, please contact your head post office and ask for the marketing executive, and that will sort of give you the chain of clarity for further taking the proposal further for API integration. So you have to contact your nearest head post office and ask for the marketing executive to handhold you for the API integration part. The document is available on the India Post website for them to have a look at it. And I wish all the MSMEs a very fruitful and healthy relationship with the India Post, and we are really looking forward to serve them better. So, with these words from our side, I think we definitely want you around. We definitely want to serve you better. We definitely want to sort of give you the best services possible India Post has, and we want to celebrate this 75 years of independence with that zeal. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I would like to extend thank you, my gratitude to all the senior officers who have taken out their precious time and joined this webinar. Thank you so much. And again, a thank you to the audience who have again joined it. And now sir, with the permission of you, Roy sir, may we end it?
Yeah, thank you.